It's been over a decade since the Lexus LFA graced the world. Screaming V10 engine, Takumi craftsmanship built to perfection. It was one of the best sports cars of the time and was one of the fastest Nürburgring cars ever when it was produced. That vehicle, produced in just 500 units and 50 for the Nürburgring package, is a relic. It's a legend at this point and unattainable to the masses, not only when it was produced, but now it's doubled, tripled in value 10 years later. And rumors are now coming out, well, should I say, rumors have been swirling for the past couple of years about an LFA2, LFA Successor, LFB, whatever you want to call it. But the most recent rumor that we're hearing coming out of Japan is absolutely insane. We're heading over to Spider 7. Japanese scoop site. Immediately grab your salt shakers, take everything what you hear today with a grain of salt. I'll talk about my thoughts about the LFA and its, I guess, potential successor after we go over this article, but the headline is going to grab your attention. At the heart is an electrified 4.4 liter V8 twin turbo. This twin turbo V8 rumor has been going on for a long time. Lexus even has patents on it, but we still haven't seen it come to market. In fact, V8s are all but disappearing. I think the 5-liter V8 that we currently have, the 2UR, it's on its last run, whether it's in the IS 500 or RCF or in the LC LC convertible that I just reviewed recently. It's an amazing engine, and I don't ever want it to go away. But this twin turbo rumors have been circulating for quite some time now, as well as this LFA successor. So let's get into it. And of course, they would be adding their own electrification to it. So the first couple paragraphs is them talking about the previous LFA. We'll get into that in a second. They remind us that there was the electrified sport EV concept on the Lexus end that goes 0 to 60 in about 2 seconds, but that's a long way off with solid state batteries. We're not going to see that vehicle in the next 5 years, I don't expect. According to Spider 7, the powertrain is a rich 4.4 liter V8 twin turbo gasoline engine plus electric motor hybrid. Moreover, the maximum output is said to reach 1,000 PS, roughly 1,000 horsepower. It seems that the development is underway with the aim of accelerating 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 2.3 seconds. There are very few cars that go 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, and we're talking 0 to 60 in less than 2.3 seconds. And you got to remember, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is 0 to 62 miles an hour. So 0 to 60 is going to be even quicker than 2.3. And it says EV cruising mode for 30 kilometers, which I'll put what that is in miles, probably around 20 miles of plug-in range. That is ridiculous. They don't say anything about a plug-in hybrid here, but it says EV mode for cruising is 30 kilometers. There's no other way to do that unless you have a plug-in hybrid. Now, I mentioned that EV sports concept a second ago, and that would be when batteries that are solid state are able to be mass produced at an affordable enough level to be commercially produced. What Toyota has communicated to us is that solid state batteries are not going to be in battery electric vehicles first. No, they're going to be in hybrids and plug-in hybrids first. They can do more experiments as they can make more vehicles with those solid state batteries and hybrids and plug-in hybrids. So I think that's what we're going to see here, as well as it being a more dense and smaller, lighter package in theory than a liquid lithium-ion battery. They really don't know what it's going to look like. They are putting these designs on here from the battery electric sports car that Lexus revealed to us this past December, but it looks pretty cool nonetheless. And that vehicle that they showed to us this past December was drool worthy, absolutely. So they say it will take the short deck, long nose style of the GR GT3 concept that was also revealed to us this past December at the Tokyo Auto Salon. Now, that vehicle has been pretty much confirmed for the Lexus lineup, that GR GT3 concept, but we don't know anything about it other than prototypes are in the works right now, and the RCF needs to be replaced by a production ready GT3 car, not a completely Frankenstein GT3 car that the RCF is. So there will be a high performance Lexus vehicle coming. The thing is, if it is a GT3 car, then it has to be capped at around 500 horsepower, unless they want to have different variants of it. And the thing is like, Twin turbo V8 can easily produce 500 horsepower itself, so why would you need to electrify it? That's just going to add weight. So it's really difficult to imagine that twin turbo V8 in the GT3 class. They're saying that the world premiere of the LFA Successor is expected to be around the end of 2024. I think that would fit in line with the sources I've been hearing, not necessarily for an LFA Successor, but for the next like flagship performance vehicle from Lexus. And I don't think it'll be called the LFA either. It will be called something different, more than likely. I just don't see them ever calling something LFA again because it doesn't have that V10 soul to it. The market price will exceed 45 million yen for a Nürburgring package. Interesting. So they're claiming that there's going to be a Nürburgring package to it, and that package will fetch an additional price for a total of 50 million yen. Now, using Google here to do the currency exchange here, this vehicle is not going to be attainable for the masses. So they're saying it's going to be around 350,000 US dollars for the base model, and if you want that Nürburgring package, we're talking 384,000 US dollars. Heading on over to the spreadsheet. If you guys want the spreadsheet t-shirt, go to kkcarshop.com. Let's get into this. Gosh, I mean, starting with the perfection that is the original LFA, screaming V10 4.8 liter, and it had a 6-speed single clutch automatic transmission. Wasn't the fastest, but it was very visceral and gave you a ton of like emotion and character. The power output was 553 horsepower to 563 in that Nürburgring package. Torque was around 354 pound-feet torque. 0 to 60 is a blistering 3.6 seconds. It set a world record for production car at the time at 7 minutes and 14 around the ring. Rear-wheel drive, of course, price was over 350K, and weight, it was fairly low, not the lightest, but 3559. They created a carbon fiber reinforced plastic tub for the vehicle and created a carbon fiber loom just for the LFA. So pretty crazy. And the LFA 2. So this is the vehicle. This is not the one that we're talking about today, but rumors, gosh, I don't even know when I made this spreadsheet, maybe from a year ago. And the V8 was a twin turbo with 4.0 liters, different from what we're talking about today. 10-speed dual clutch. I don't know if automatic transmission's ever been communicated to us. That's just what I was expecting or hoping for, especially with a price of 350,000, at least on the new one. And the old one was rumored to be around 600 horsepower. That's not the case anymore. 0 to 60 with the smaller V8 would be 3.2 seconds to 60. You would think it would be faster around the Nürburgring, but it would be a little bit heavier would be my guess as well. And all-wheel drive is my expectation for this vehicle. All right, moving on to the revision 2 of this LFA Successor. Again, this is just a placeholder name. It's not going to be called LFA 2. Hoping for a 10-speed dual clutch, but we'll see. All right, so trying to get an idea and wrapping my head around of the horsepower of this engine. I'm just looking at the GR Yaris because that's the highest horsepower per displacement engine that they have in the total Toyota Lexus lineup right now. So if we take 300 horsepower divided by 1.6 liters, gives us 187.5 horsepower per liter. So if we take that sort of potency and we multiply that by 4.4, that means 825 horsepower from this twin turbo V8. And that would make sense because the electric motor would have to make up for the rest of that. So that would be 175 horsepower or so for that electric motor. And so 0 to 60 could be as fast as 2.2 seconds. I mean, if you have 1,000 horsepower, I hope you can go 0 to 60 well under 3 seconds. Nürburgring time could be around 7 seconds. We're talking ridiculous numbers here at this point, and it's hard for me to take this rumor seriously because this is Lexus, like the most conservative luxury brand, especially on the market that I can think of. No, Buick does not count as a luxury brand. What I'm trying to say is that Lexus, super conservative brand. I just don't see this vehicle coming. I don't want to get my hopes up for something like this. And this is just a rumor swirling out of Japan. So take it with as much salt as that you can stand with this rumor, because I just don't see it happening. I don't see a twin turbo V8 coming. Would I love to be wrong? You bet your butt. I'd love to be wrong. I want V8s to be around forever. And I'd love to see an all new V8 with Lexus, Toyota Dynamic Force technology come to the market. All we have with that technology is 3 cylinders, 4 cylinders, and 6 cylinders. So it would be cool to have one last hurrah from a V8 for Lexus, and the only way they can make it work is if they made it a hybrid, more specifically a plug-in hybrid in this scenario, where they can get even more performance while meeting emission standards where they need to. To me, I just don't see how it would work with the GT3 sports car they're supposed to be coming out with, unless they have different engine options with this. But I just felt like sharing this because I always get a kick out of it. I know you guys enjoy talking about in the comments below the things that are coming out of Japan about Lexus, all the Japanese brands really, right? But anyways, I'm going to end the video there. I do expect a flagship performance vehicle coming from Lexus in 2025 or so, but in terms of 1,000 horsepower, doesn't make any sense to me. I don't see any evidence other than rumors, and the only evidence for something that fast points to their fully solid state sports battery vehicle that they debuted last December, and that's a long ways off. As solid state batteries are a long ways up. Anyways, I'll see you guys down below. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe for more Lexus and Toyota automotive news and reviews. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.